Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back to another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazon, the hardcover. I'll be talking about a little bit of the story, the art, and of course, if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the dust jacket, the spine, the back, and I'll show you a full spread image of the dust jacket. Now, there are two different covers for this particular book. This is the regular one, and there's another one which I have an image somewhere to the right. So again, they're two different covers. They're both the same book. It's just the different covers, so you can choose either the regular one or the DM variant or the direct market variant. Right, front of the book, the spine, the back. I'll show you a full spread image of the art, but the book. Alright, there's that. So let's take a look at what's inside. So what is this book about? So the book is essentially the origin story of the Amazon. And it's told in 3 different chapters or stories or books, whatever you want to call it. And this is a very short book, it's only 3 issues. And so each issue explains the different parts of the origin story of the Amazons. So issue 1, essentially the gods come together to fight back against men and create a plan. Issue 2 is the execution of this particular plan and also establish a new tribe. Issue 3 is the outcome of this plan / event. I don't want to say too much, because I'll spoil it. And that's that. That is the gist of the story. Like I said, it's the origins story of the Amazons, but more importantly of just the gods, or certain gods, I should say, come together to fight back against men. It's a very short, simple premise, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. You can have something short and simple premise, but it's how you execute it, how you tell your story. With that said, I fucking love this book. Wow, where do I start? 1, the writing. The writing is very, very good. The crazy thing about the writing is that the writer establishes all the gods, all the female gods so well that each god has like just enough time to shine and show the personality and really showcase who they are. So you get the gods such as Artemis, I think the name is Hecate or Hecate, Athena, Aphrodite, Hera, Hestia. There's a couple others as well too. But like I said, the writer does a good job of writing each different god, the way they banter between each other. And that's the crazy part, because when they get introduced and you see them all together, they have a small, short discussion, but you can really see their personality. Like, for instance, Artemis is, I think of like the warrior type, and that's her personality. You can definitely see that. Like, you can see her being aggressive and very, let's just go at it, let's do something, let's go. The story itself of the origins of the Amazon, it's good, it's very interesting. It is sad in the very beginning, but I don't want to say too much, go spoil it, but it does get very interesting, and certain things happen within the story to where you're like, okay, I want to see where this goes, and it just keeps going, and you're hooked. And I kid you not, I read this within an hour, and I just kept wanting to read more and more and more, because I want to see, okay, where this is going to go. How is this god going to accomplish this or do that? Again, I don't want to say too much, because I'll ruin it, but I don't want to spoil anything, but there's that. And again, that's just the writing itself. The story is good. Like I said, very simple premise. It's essentially a group of people who are tired and being pushed around and get bullied, and they fight back by having this certain plan. How many times have you heard that? All right? It's a very simple premise, but I'm telling you, this, even though it's a simple premise, just the execution of the story is fantastic. Another highlight, and to me, it's gonna be the best part of this book. Don't get me wrong, I like the writing and I like the story, but the best part of this book, it's going to be the art. Now, usually from overviews, I do like to talk about the paper quality and the art like towards the end, but I gotta say, 1, the paper quality, it's glossy paper. Number 2, it is that magazine size. So it's a bigger book, and it's a good thing, because when you get a bigger book, obviously the bigger pages meaning bigger font, and of course you can see more of the art. And man, the art is fantastic. It's beautiful. Like, I kid you not, I could probably spend about 2 hours just looking at each page and just appreciating all the art, all the detail. It is just beautiful, man. I'm telling you, the video does not do it justice. The image that I'm showing you guys does not do it justice. I'm telling you, the art is fucking beautiful. Tell me that this does not look beautiful. And again, having that glossy paper, oh my god, the colors just pop. And having the magazine format or size, I guess you can say, it's just like, man, they nailed it. They nailed this book, and the art is just fantastic. Pacing of it is above average. I read this book within an hour, actually less than an hour. So the pacing is above average. Maybe like average, like very, very, very few times, like maybe one page at most. But for the most part, it's going to be above average. Do you need to have prior knowledge? No, not really. You could just literally get this book, read it from beginning to end, perfectly fine. So no prior knowledge is needed. Overall, what I think about this book, the art is fantastic. The pacing of it is perfect, just enough to where I know what's going on. Okay, keep going, and the story progresses. Paper quality is glossy, which I really like because, again, it makes the colors pop and you appreciate more of the art. And plus, it's the origin story of the Amazons. So if you're ever wondering, like myself, like, okay, how did the Amazons come to be? How did the queen of the Amazons came to be? This book explains it, and explains it in a very simple, short premise, but it makes logical sense, sort of. Well, not sort of. Well, I don't want to say too much, I'll spoil it, but it makes sense in the context of the book. I'll say that. So overall, though, I really, really like this book, and yes, I'll give it a thumbs up for me. Fantastic book. Definitely get this book. You have to read it. Don't read it digitally. I don't know if it, in terms of the issues, it came out with the glossy paper. If it did, great. If it didn't, to me, this is the perfect way to read this book. And I'm telling you, the art just fucking looks beautiful. Again, simple premise. Nothing wrong with that. Good writing is good writing. But when you have all that combined with fantastic art, oh my god, it's just one of those books where you just can't stop reading it. And I'm telling you, I didn't stop reading it. I just kept reading it, and I was hooked. And by the end, I was just like memorized. I'm like, wow, damn, this is some deep stuff. But also, the art is fucking good. So again, what do I give the Historia of the Amazons, or Amazon's Historia? I give it a thumbs up for me. Let me know what you guys think. Have you read this book? Do you plan on reading this book? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. That includes an overview of Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons, and on to the next one.